It started. First off, we wanted to welcome you to Crisis Marketing and Communication, and hopefully we can give you some tips and strategies to help your business adapt and thrive during this changing time. So I'll do a quick little intro, but excited to partner. My name is Lily Johnson. I'm with Lee Enterprises, which is the parent company of the Quad City Times and Dispatch Argus here locally. And I'm here with Marcia, so I'll let you go ahead and do your intro there. I think you're on mute still. I think you're on mute. All right, we're gonna go ahead and, oh, are you able to get it?
Sorry about that. My thing wouldn't pop up. Good morning. I'm Marcia Erickson. I am a business coach here in the Quad Cities. And I partnered with a global company called Action Coach. And I'm excited to be with you this morning and partner with Lily, as she said, to share with you some strategies for surviving and thriving and getting ready for opening back up as we move through this crisis.
Awesome. So to kind of kick it off, we wanted to first off acknowledge this is very unprecedented times. I'm sure many of you guys have heard that word specifically, unprecedented, more in the past few weeks than ever before. And it's true, these are very changing times. But through this, Marcia and I wanted to come together and kind of change that perspective and give you guys a chance to pivot and adapt your business to come out ahead and take advantage of this opportunity to come out stronger. So what we're going to cover today, an overview of the landscape right now, some changing consumer behavior trends, 11 steps to take now to take action, and a communication strategy, some additional resources, and then lastly, how we can help. So first, before COVID-19 hit us, we focused our marketing messages to be very transactional. We were focused on tracking conversions, measuring return on investment, increasing foot traffic, web traffic, increasing sales, that sort of thing. But since coronavirus has hit, it's really important for your business to adapt and to have a more community-focused or humanitarian approach to marketing and communication with the community. So this is going to focus on messaging about how you can be there and support your customers, but then also your employees and your staff. So we found some interesting changing consumer behavior trends, specifically from Google, because a lot of people are actually changing the things that they're searching on Google and the information that they're looking for. So number one is people are accessing critical information differently. With school closures, a lot of people working from home, getting specific information about even how to shop at the grocery store. The entrance and exits have changed, and common practices have changed significantly. So for your business, it's important to acknowledge this new reality, communicate clearly with your employees and your customers, and then also make sure that you can be flexible, especially if you're a retailer with any returns or cancellations, because we are going to get out of coronavirus and this pandemic, and you want to make sure that you're continuing to have that trust with your customers. They'll continue to turn to you. Number two, people are discovering new ways to connect. More people are communicating via social media, video conferencing, and online resources, such as we are this morning. It's interesting, Zoom actually in 2019 had added a little under 2 million new accounts for the entire year. They've already surpassed that in Q1 of 2020 with over 2.2 million new accounts. It's also funny, search interest on Google for virtual happy hours has skyrocketed in the US. So again, people are finding new ways to connect and stay involved with each other. So for your business, it's important to make sure that you're on this bandwagon, that you're finding new ways to connect with your customers and the community. Make sure you're thinking locally. A lot of people are thinking about shopping local and supporting local right now, but also take this opportunity to expand your business and find ways you could help people, maybe statewide, nationwide, or even globally. Number 3, people are adjusting to changes in the routines. So with a lot of parents at home with kids, they're finding new ways to keep them educated and busy, finding new things to do. There's been an interest and a peak in search interest for home workout routines, stationary bicycles like Pelotons, DIY projects. It's interesting, Google actually found that searches for DIY projects have spiked, peaking around midday on the weekend with a slight uptick around 10 to 11 p.m. each night as well. So whether you sell anything related to home workout routines or even DIY projects, great to consider. But if you don't, take this information and look at your Google Analytics traffic trends. Maybe you'll see something similar. If you're seeing a surge of traffic coming in at a certain day or time, make sure that you're communicating with those customers at that time when they're seeking information about your business. People are praising everyday heroes. I'm sure many of you have seen the hearts in windows of homes and businesses. Restaurants are donating food to nurses and different organizations. People are coming together to sew PPE materials like face masks. So some things that your business could do: identify local heroes. Maybe it's different people in the community, some of your employees, or even your customers, and find ways to celebrate them. Whether it's little or small, little or big, you can take time to recognize them, or you could even spend some resources to celebrate them. And lastly, people are taking care of themselves and others more than they have in the past and with more focus on it. Mental and physical health and wellness have become a priority. There's actually been an increase in searches for puzzles, relaxation, virtual tours, and yoga. Again, people are finding ways to stay busy and stay healthy. So make sure you're joining that conversation. Encourage healthy choices and also consider new ways that you can communicate with your customers or the community to the ways that they've adapted to in these recent times. Like we talked about in number 1, people are accessing critical information differently. At the Quad City Times and Dispatch Argus, we've actually seen that firsthand. Media consumption is changing quickly. People want to know what's going on nationwide and worldwide, but they also want to know what's going on here in the Quad Cities. And we've seen that firsthand with our Google Analytics trends. And you'll see that here on the next slide. So this is the Quad City Times. At the top is March of 2020, and the bottom is March of 2019. In green, you can see the number of users. So Quad City Times was already the top trafficked website in the Quad Cities area. But recently, they had a spike of over 302,000 unique or different people on their website in a month time frame. That's a 40% increase. That's huge. People are turning to local media to know what's going on. Dispatch Argus here as well, same setup, an increase of over 78,000 unique or different users and over 1.2 million page views. Again, a 35% increase. Huge, huge increases as people are turning to local media for trusted information about what's going on in the community.
Thanks, Lily. That's really profound information. It is amazing how quickly things are moving and how they're changing. We want to shift focus just a little bit. And really, I'm going to be re-emphasizing a lot of the things that Lily just shared with you. But I want to expand it just a little bit to talk about your business as a whole and you as a person as you move through this. So I think you're going to see a lot of similarities in what we're saying. But the first and foremost around you, yourself, how you're leading both your business, your team, and this ties into marketing as well. I think Lily's going to talk later on in our presentation about marketing and communication and the fact that they're very similar and even more similar now in our current environment. So What we're asking is, first and foremost, keep your positivity. I think a lot of people have done a great job of this. I think it's divided. It's really highlighted differences in leadership styles. So I've been on a lot of calls with some really positive leaders that are really looking at this as an opportunity and pivoting their business and staying positive for their team. And then I've interacted with some that aren't. So this is just incredibly important. So your dedication to your vision and your goals, your passion and your enthusiasm are critical right now. Being really clear on what the vision is and the goals you have for your business, what they were before and now what they're going to be. So they might be a little bit different than they were before. Focus on what you can do now to set yourself up for success when we're through all of this. So we're going to be in a totally different space. There's going to be a lot that's different. So where are you going to fit into that space? Right now, the focus is on surviving, but how can you thrive when you come through this? And then what are you saying to your people? And your people being not just your team and your workforce, but your community, your clients, your customers, and your suppliers. Your business model is going to change. So no one has done this before, been through this. No one has all the answers, but people are moving through this really, really well. There's not going to be one magic bullet for you or for your business. This is an opportunity to really try lots of different things. So making small pivots in your business are going to get you much further than one big move. So look for the opportunity. Can you be offering your goods and services in a different way? Some people have really pivoted and learned that they can actually operate better in this new environment. They've cut down on some overhead. There are businesses and industries that are thriving. How can you partner with them? And then think about leverage and scalability. We've all got to do more with less right now. So how do you leverage your time? And how can you scale what you're doing? Are you trying something new right now that when we come out of this, you can scale and make bigger? And maybe use that going forward. The next thing is that virtual is the new normal. This isn't going to change. Technology has taken a forefront. So companies have had to pivot really, really fast. Our IT companies are stepping up and really helping people move into a space that they knew that they needed to go to, but maybe weren't quite ready. Whether it's moving your office or your business to virtual, whether it's healthcare and telehealth, so many things are moving online. It's just been really fascinating. So how are you going to manage your team virtually? Be sure, we've got a lot of people that are super personal people, and they are now working alone. So I know a lot of people that have that kind of personality and we're having a hard time adjusting. So if you have those folks in your teams, be calling them out, be including them, checking in with them consistently. And when you're on a virtual meeting, call them out, make sure that they have an opportunity to contribute. And you may need to change how you're reporting. If you have a big team, your measurements and your report outs may need to change. Maybe they need to be more often throughout the day, and maybe you need to be reporting different things. Cash flow is super important right now. Where you would normally project cash flow every month, we're encouraging people to be doing it weekly, bi-weekly. Get your cash flow projections out, plug your numbers in, and just help reassure yourself where you can, where things need to come back when you've got money coming in, and where you need to conserve. Take advantage of government programs. There's tons and tons of resources out there. All of our local banks and our big banks are doing a great job keeping that straight and working with people. So get all the information you can about that. Take advantage of what you can and be patient about the ones that you can't. I know a lot of people are super frustrated, but you still need to stay in the game and take advantage of what you can. I'm going to let Lily talk more about marketing and selling, but while you have to do it sensitively and intelligently, we've still got to sell our way out of this. We owe it to people to continue to keep doors open. I'm going to just jump over this real quick and reinforce what Lily's going to tell you. Keep marketing. Your message is going to change. We're going to change as we go through this, but this is still super, super important. And the one thing I will say that she might not touch on is knowing your numbers, your marketing numbers, your ROI is going to be key. it's always important, but it's going to be even more important now because you're going to have less dollars to spend, but that is not a place you want to cut right now. Same with sales. Your tone's going to change. You're going to be much more compassionate if you weren't before. And everyone is really sticking to their why. That's what's going to be important to people now more than ever. Those relationships are key. So keep doing that. Don't feel guilty about that. Just do it in a really compassionate, value-added way. What's really, really important, more important than even probably sales and marketing, is customer service. So really show love to your current customers and clients. They've been with you all along, and they're going to keep being with you if you maintain that relationship. You don't want to lose those folks right now. Go above and beyond. You'll see here critical non-essentials. Those are those value-added things that you do to build a relationship, not because you have to, but because you want to. So remembering key things that are going on with them, reach out to them. We encourage everyone to reach out to your current clients and customers, ask them, check in with them, ask them how they're doing. It's a great time to find out how you're doing for them. What can you be doing better? What's going on in their market? How's this impacted them? And what's going on in their industry? Working with your team, get the most out of your team right now. Everyone is wearing so many hats, even more than they were before. We've got people working at home. We've got people homeschooling. Their kids are there. So as a leader, be there for them, understand where they're at, turn their fear into focus. They're really nervous right now. Fear, uncertainty, and doubt. Sometimes we call that FUD. So help control that for them. Give them something to focus on. Give them things to be doing to move themselves and the organization forward. Maybe it's some new training opportunities and retraining them. If they're on unemployment, that's an entirely different situation. You have to be careful about that. But if you're able to keep them going, which we will encourage you to do, use their time really wisely in a productive, really forward-thinking way. And we would say keep as many as you can. Letting go of people right now is not going to help anyone. So even if you have to furlough them, if you can keep them on, because you're going to need them again when we move out of this, things are going to move rapidly, and we're going to grow. People still have money to spend. They're just allocating it differently. And people are going to want to get back at it very quickly. You're going to need your team when that happens. And then obviously this is probably one of the most important things, is building a strong mindset for yourself, your team, all of the stakeholders in your business. We all need to keep this focus on this as much as anything else. So what are your daily rituals? We emphasize the first 59 minutes of your day, set the tone for your day. So are there new rituals and things that you can put in place? I know I've been running and working out in the morning because I don't have to get my kids off to school. What are some learning opportunities, books that you've been wanting to read that you haven't had the opportunity to? Find the small wins in every day. Maybe it's every hour. Shut out the news, shut out social media when you need to, and focus on opportunity, not crisis. And then we always encourage 90-day planning. We're about 30 days into this, so we've got about probably 60 days. No one knows for certain, but we're encouraging people to look at this as a 30, 60, 90-day game. So put your plans in place for how you're going to move through this. And we'll talk a little bit more about that in a second. And then after you've kind of gotten a real good picture of what your business is looking like and what your position is looking like, look outward a little bit. This is a good time to invest. So if you've been really good with your money and put it away and don't feel like you need that cash flow right now, great opportunity to invest in some things. If you are doing a great job at pivoting and your competitors aren't, there are going to be, unfortunately, some businesses up for sale. And maybe they're some of your competitors. So maybe you can increase your customer base that way. This is an economic cycle. It's a great time to, we've got interest rates all over the place. It's a great time to borrow money if you are feeling secure, if you've got some big growth plans coming up in the future. And look at refinancing. The same thing you're going to do in your personal life, do in your business. Can you refinance some things? Can you cut back, renegotiate some terms, either on your insurance or your overhead expenses, things like that. And then this is really the 5 phases that we've seen when you're moving through an economic crisis like this. We are currently, you're going to be anywhere along this. So not every business is going to move through this the same, but a lot of businesses are in lockdown, and we're looking at retooling right now. We're going to probably, hopefully, move really quickly into warm up. Then we're going to be in a sprint, and then we're going to look at our new normal. So this is just a great graphic. I'm going to spend a whole half an hour on this next Friday in partnership with the chamber. So we'll unpack this a little bit more, but this just shows you what you need to be doing in your personal life and your business as we move through this. What I will point out today is that if you look at the bottom, there is marketing in every phase that you need to be doing. And again, Lily's going to talk a little bit more about that, but think about how your message changes throughout this cycle. So when you're in lockdown, you got to be letting your customers know what that looks like. Are you fully closed? Are you still open? What are your hours? How can they buy from you? And then you've got to be thinking about, okay, as I open up, and we're probably going to be phasing in certain things. I don't know that there's a lot of businesses that are just going to open back up and have 25 people in there again. So what do you need to be communicating at each phase of this so that your customers and clients know how to buy from you, how to interact with you? And then what are you doing in the future? What things have you changed, and what are you going to keep as we move forward? Feel free to ask us questions at the end, but I'm going to hand it back over to Lily to talk more marketing.
Awesome. Thank you, Marcia. So I wanted to start off by talking about the communication strategy here. Number one, really important to develop your position. So develop what your plan is and communicate that both internally and externally. And we'll go into a little bit more details throughout this. Then next up, we're going to talk about the way that you communicate that plan. And then lastly, actually taking action and staying connected with your customers and with your staff. All right, so we'll start off by talking about your position here. So a couple do's and don'ts. So one, frequently update your plan of action. So think about if one of your employees were to test positive for COVID-19, or maybe one of your customers came into your store within 14 days before them being tested positive. Do you have a plan of action of what you would do if this were to happen? And if you do, make it publicly known what measures you're taking to protect against that, to keep your employees and your customers safe, and highlight some of those ways through social media, on your website, email blasts, you name it. Make sure people know what you're doing and what you're offering to keep the community healthy and safe. Really important, don't spread any unnecessary fear or any information that you aren't sure is correct. The best thing is just to stick with what the CDC is recommending. Just 3 easy things. Stay away from public spaces, maintain appropriate social distancing, and wash your hands. Marcia, I think if you click that Cottonelle commercial, it'll show a quick video. Oh, maybe not. That's okay. There is a video that Cottonelle kind of produced in this relevant time that's talking about, especially as we all know, what's going on with the shortage of toilet paper right now. But they came with a message that basically just says, hey, let's stop spreading fear. Let's start spreading positivity and kindness, and make sure to share a square. And we're doing everything we can to ensure that we're getting the shelves stocked back up with toilet paper.
Hey, Lily, I've got that. Just 1 second.
Oh, perfect. Awesome, thank you. So again, especially in light of everything that's going on right now with the shortage of toilet paper, I love that they share this positive message about really stopping the fear and letting people focus on kindness, and even talking about their partnership with United Way. So if you want to go ahead and go to the next slide there. It looks like we're in presentation mode. Do you want to go full screen?
Yeah, just a second.
Oh, perfect. Thank you. So here's just some different positive messages that you're able to kind of take and run with. So great things to be able to share on social media. Hearts for healthcare workers, thanking local everyday heroes like grocery store clerks, truck drivers, mailmen, all sorts of people that are working tirelessly to keep our community going and keeping us safe and healthy. So if you do need any resources, especially for graphic design, canva.com is a free resource that you can utilize to create social media graphics. It's got great templates, super easy to use. So I definitely recommend using canva.com. So next up, I want to talk about some communication strategies and ways that you can communicate with your customers. So a couple do's and don'ts. One really important one, especially as a lot of businesses have changed their hours, make sure to update your business hours online. So 3 big places are your Google My Business page. If you haven't already claimed that, make sure to do so. I'll give you some resources at the end to be able to help out with that. But definitely update it on your Google My Business page, your Facebook page, and then your website, so that as people are turning to different online platforms, they know what's going on with your business and what the accurate hours are. Make sure to utilize any video resources, especially like Facebook and Instagram Live. People need positivity right now, so this is a great way to share your smile or different things that people are doing at your office or at your business to be compliant or take appropriate measures to keep people safe. A couple other things, make sure to have partnerships with other local businesses. Like Marcia said, if there's some that are doing really, really well, partner together and we're going to be stronger together. So make sure to work with them, or even if there's some businesses that had to close down, again, going back to that humanitarian approach of marketing, it would be a really great way to sell some of their products or services at your business or online if they're closed at this time. You could create survival or care kits, and we'll go into that here in just a little bit. And then, of course, increase communication on social media by setting up auto responses on Facebook Messenger and Instagram direct messages. And again, I'll provide some resources to help you get that set up if you've got any questions. Couple don'ts. Again, don't offer advice or guidance outside of your company's expertise. Just focus on trusted local and national sources and how your business is complying with the guidelines. So here's a great video from hotels.com talking about ways that they're complying with different guidelines as well. So what I love about that video is obviously hotels.com, if they were to have their traditional marketing approach and focus on return on investment, they would be focused on selling hotel rooms. But at this time, they changed their marketing approach to more of a humanitarian approach and really talked about how they're complying with guidelines. And they're saying, just stay home, because they know that we're going to get out of this together. And so they want to keep their name in positive light with compliance at this time. Next up, want to talk about action. Couple do's and don'ts here. Consider new ways of communicating your business. So because so many people are working differently or in different settings, it's really important to have a digital footprint right now. So communicating via online, on your website, social media, emails, text messaging platforms, all sorts of different things. Become promotion and positive content driven. Again, really combine your brand with positivity so people know that you're going to be spreading positive news and happiness. People really like that sort of thing. You could do gift card promotions, especially if you're needing some extra cash flow right now. I've seen some businesses do like a $50 gift card. For when you buy a $50 gift card, you'll get an additional 10, or even just selling gift cards online. And a lot of people are coming together and supporting these local businesses. Make sure to offer curbside pickup or delivery, and hosting online tutorials, demonstrations, or different events so people can engage with your brand still. And if you have any resources, make sure to open those up for free so that, again, you're establishing your brand to be trusted and the expert in the community so that when we come out of this, your customers will stay loyal to you. Again, show your support for other local businesses as well. Even if your employees or you are supporting a local restaurant for lunch or dinner with takeout, take a picture and post it up to your social media and engage with your customers about how they're supporting local businesses and spread that positivity and support for other local businesses. Really important, don't. Very similar to what Marcia said, don't go dark right now. This is more important than ever for you to continue your messaging, especially online. You did have to close your doors. Maybe take this time to redevelop your business plan and strategy. But again, continue to keep that information out there, even if it is just support for the community. But when we do get out of this, you don't want your brand to have gotten forgotten about and moved on. You want to continue to stay top of mind so people continue to engage with you. And here's one more video from Walgreens about how they've adapted their business and communicated that with their customers. Well, maybe this one's not working, but that's okay. Feel free to look it up on your own time as well. But what I love about it is Walgreens talks about the way that they're serving the community, and that I love that they say we're in this together. They update their hours. They talk about ways that they're communicating with their customers virtually and really adapting to this changing environment. So we put together a couple of ideas for your business and how you can adapt your business model. So one, like I briefly mentioned, you could build quarantine kits. So you could do it kind of in two ways. You could sell gift baskets or raffle off baskets with kind of survival type items like a roll of toilet paper, some hand sanitizer, maybe some emergency or airborne or something like that as kind of a stay safe or survival kit. Or you could put together some locals favorites with a local beer from one of the local breweries, or some local foods or popcorns or different things to put together and sell those on your website or online, or do a raffle with it. You could offer virtual styling or virtual tours, or even support with video conferencing or even over the phone. You could offer some products or services with free shipping, even if it's over a minimum. So if you have a purchase of $50 or more, you qualify for free shipping or curbside pickup or a local delivery, or even for proceeds to be donated to a certain cause when purchased, like to United Way or to feeding the homeless. You could announce contests and giveaways, especially using Facebook and Instagram live videos. I love this because your entire audience will get a notification when you go live. We also have put together a free local gift card directory. So I definitely recommend, if you're not already utilizing this, there's I believe over 150 different businesses in the Quad Cities already utilizing this directory. Again, it's completely free. You put your name and information for your business on there, and we can sell gift cards for you. They'll either call you directly, buy online, or whatever that may be. If you own a restaurant, we also have a free restaurant to go menu guide. So this is a great way for people to sift through local restaurants and see their menus. Again, a free resource for the community. So a quick review. Number one, really important to have your internal communication in check first. Make sure your employees know what's going on and are taking the correct measures. Communicate with them via internal emails, internal text messaging platforms. That's something you're looking for. We do offer that as well. Company virtual meetings like what we're doing now with Zoom or WebEx or different things like that. You can then, once you have your internal communication set, make sure to communicate and broadcast this information out to the community. To tag any business partners you're working with or anybody else. Make sure to list what you're doing prominently on your website with a banner at the top or with any blog content. Update your Google My Business page. This is so important. If you haven't already, you're taking away one thing. Please make sure to claim your Google My Business page and update that frequently. Utilize an email newsletter, or utilize local newspaper ads or online ads. Like I said before, people are turning to local media now more than ever. So I definitely encourage you to take advantage of this. And recently, just this week, we actually launched a marketing grant program. So the Quad City Times and Dispatch Argus are offering marketing grants for local businesses. There's up to $250,000 at stake here for the Quad Cities, so make sure to apply for that grant as well. And lastly, share socially and go live. So here's some additional resources that I mentioned at the beginning. So a couple things, and we'll go ahead and send these out as well. But some how-tos with Facebook and updating your Facebook business page, adding that auto response into Messenger, updating your Google My Business profile and including that information. There's a toolkit for the U.S. Chamber and how to respond in this time. U.S. Small Business Administration has a small business guide with loan information. And then lastly, we have a COVID-19 toolkit, and we'll send out this information as well. But Amplify Digital, which is our internal digital agency, we compiled all of this information and organized it into one spot with a checklist and a how-to guide. Couple other things, just some free ways that we can help you. Obviously, we talked about a couple of them with the gift card directory, the Quad Cities to Go menu guide, the grant application, but then post to social media. And if you need any help, we're here to help you. Both Marcia and I can give you ideas or assistance. If you need even some ideas for ways to adapt your business or something more customized to your business, again, reach out to either of us for that. And then once you're ready to expand beyond your existing audience and reach the bigger community, take advantage of local advertising. This is so huge right now as people are talking about supporting local. Local, again, has been such a big word lately, so being tied in with local media is a great way to get your message across. We've got email blasts to over 30,000 local subscribers, social media, and much more. So our big message here is we are here to help, and we're stronger together, and that's the same message we hope that you'll share with your customers, and we will get through this. So we basically just wanted to tell you, if you have any questions, please reach out to us. We want to see local businesses here grow and thrive, and hopefully you're able to get some of that information today. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Marcia, and if we've got any other information or if you guys have any other questions.
All right, thanks, Lily. I would echo everything she said. That was awesome. That was rich with lots of different resources. As she said, you can reach out to either one of us and do some strategizing. One thing I would encourage you, we have just a couple minutes. I know everyone's time is tight, but if you have questions, throw those in the chat boxes as we finish up here. I would challenge you, what 5 actions are you going to take after this presentation today? You know, I'm an action coach, so we encourage taking action. So whether it's reaching out to one of us, whether it's jumping on your social media, looking, I would get some gift cards out to on their website, on the Times, lots of resources in here. So the other thing is I'm offering complimentary coaching sessions. So if you just want to sit down and say, what do I do with all this, Marcia? Where does the Times fit into my marketing plan? What should my new marketing plan be? Reach out to me and we'll sit down and do that. The most important thing today is to take action. And apparently I have voice recognition going on. That's pretty cool. Thanks for your patience with some of our AV challenges today, but I'm thrilled that you guys joined us. Hope you have lots of takeaways. Again, throw any questions you have in the chat box or reach out to either one of us. I know Lily's got a bunch of webinars going on over the next few weeks. I think she's got one at 11 today for the chamber. I'm going to do one for the chamber next Friday, so keep in touch with us. Get out there, take some action, and stay positive. We're all in this together. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.